from both sides of the fence here on the PD issue. I would also ask you all to be very respectful of each other, polite. This is a meeting, and we don't want any outbursts. We just want to hear the people, what you have to say, okay? Who would like to go first? Please step to the podium then, and we need your name and address for the clerk.
My name is Penny Griffin. My address is 2219 210th Avenue of Mora. And I'm president of CDMPD. I don't know how many of our group members made it in today, or how many are stuck back in the hallway. But we just wanted to come and show our support for the council, and I know it was a hard decision, and you were very patient in listening to us all through the months. And the letter that you mailed out to the citizens was very helpful to the people that we had sign our petition. And after that, we've gotten many more signatures, so that was greatly appreciated. And also, I just want to make it clear that I'm here for people who felt intimidated and wouldn't appear. And I just wanted to speak for them and our great appreciation for you making the decision you did.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Who would like to go next?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. My name is Patrick J. Kelly. I'm from the law firm of Kelly and Lemons, located in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm outside litigation counsel for Minnesota Teamsters Local 320, which has the union membership of your police officers. Mr. Mayor, as a way of a comment, this is important to your city to have the identity of a local police department. And to eliminate it because of budgetary reasons is a travesty of justice. We reviewed your contract, or your draft contract, on May 13th with the Sheriff's Department. There's no indication with respect to amounts of money. There's no indication as to the 5 sheriffs that are dedicated to us. There's no indication on our record. We made a data practices request for the background in the studies. You never proposed to your local police department, if you're indicating 5 deputy sheriffs, what about 5 police officers from the city of Mora? I mean, there are situations on budgetary concerns. You're creative, you can solve that, but to lose your police department is a situation where every resident experiences and knows those officers that are dedicated to your city. And that's something that you can't buy. That's something that you have dedication from your department, and that rapport with citizens and knowing each individual and feeling comfortable. And I was outside, there was no intimidation as referred to. These people are here to support the department. And I've asked that if you take a look and you have time, you can reconsider your motions. It was a 3-2 vote. A 3-2 vote, and Mayor, you were the deciding vote, and you work for the county. So at this point in time, why don't you enter a dialogue with the chief, or take a look at your numbers, take a look at finance, and see if you can work it out. You can work it out. Every city is faced with budgetary concerns. You're creative, you're elected for the people, but to lose your police department, to lose that knowing that these individual officers know your citizens, that's worth it. You have to spend the money, you should spend the money, or you should get creative. The union's looking into this. After you hear from your citizens, take a look at it, but don't move in haste. The fact that the county is using your police cars, and a statement in one of the reports saying, well, if it doesn't work out, we'll start up again. You got a good chief, you're well respected within the state, your police department is well known, you're fair and equitable. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Rod Barrows. I'm a resident here in the city of Mora. Been here for, 18 months. And I'm quite concerned with this proposal. I've seen firsthand how the police department's actually helped out my family and the community. It goes beyond just responding to emergency calls. My children can walk across the street safely in the morning going to school. I know that when we call for assistance, other than an emergency, they're gonna be there. I don't feel that with the Sheriff's Department, we're gonna have that. You're gonna see cost effects go up if you go with the Sheriff's Department. They may choose 2 years down the road. We wanna go with a different fleet of vehicle. Who's gonna pay those bills? We are. We're not gonna have a say in that. Right now, you have a say in what vehicle you wish to go with. If you go forward with this, you will lose that vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are very proud of the city police who have come forward and have done activities. I'm sure you've all seen them in the paper, and they would very much miss these guys. They have opened up their hearts and their free time and have allowed the clients to get to know and respect the police department. And guys, how do you feel about keeping our city police?
We want to keep them.
We want to keep them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gregor, I live at 607 Watkins, Mora. I'm a county employee. As a county employee, I have seen firsthand how closely Human Services and Public Health have worked together. I've also worked very closely with Chief Olson and our Sheriff Schultz and their men, and I cannot say a negative thing about any of the opportunities that I've had to work closely with them. To say that probably where I'm in disagreement is I can see where it's been a good match in seeing two departments work closely together. And I don't like to see this we-they that appears to be coming out of this. If there was a way to look at keeping the individuals and having continuing the cohesiveness, that would be terrific. I see Sheriff Schultz as being a great leader, and also as a elected official, I would see that he would do a great job, because his job as an elected official depends on it. I know this is a difficult decision for every single one of you, and I'm amazed at all the people here for, and those who haven't made up their minds. One concern of mine is from working with a lot of elderly, and those individuals thinking that no one is going to be patrolling the streets anymore, you know, and that is a huge thing that I think needs to get out there. So, in any event, thank you. I am Zach Van Vliet. I live on 551 Jill Street. Well, we have a lot of cops and stuff here. I just wanted to say we pretty much need our cops, because if we didn't have any, just think of what the older high school kids would be doing when there's no cops around. Just most of the high schoolers would probably start smoking.
About 25 years ago, I built my business up here at East Central Services. I worked several years doing mobile home and RV repair. About 5 years ago, I took on a project, which is quite a project, and that was to clean up Edgewood Park. And I think that the biggest things the police have helped me with is getting a lot of the people out of the park that were just eyesores in this community. The entire park was in pretty rough shape. We've come in and have removed.
Excuse us.
Live on East Maple here, and basically I'm out of state most of the time, but I can't figure out what you guys are doing. Build the jail, you are the cops. It kind of work out for me. Our local police here to help my kids, the dogs, everything else, and whatever. They've always been good for me and the kids. Watching them off the bus, EPC guys off for work, speeding up down the road, versus my kids getting off the bus. I think the cops have helped us out a good bit. Parades, snow removal, and everything like that there. It's just that I can't realize what you guys have been thinking, getting rid of our local police and stuff like that. Because they've always been helpful. And with my past history, you wouldn't believe I'd be here to begin with.